Bristol Sound and Vision Show 2008.
Hi, this is Phil Hinton and welcome back to our video coverage from the Bristol Sound and Vision Show 2008. In this episode we caught up with projection expert Sim2 and I started by asking Alan Rosa what it's like putting on a bit of a show.
Well, it's like we've said before many times, it's a paying show. The people expect to come here and be entertained, I think, and informed. So it's only right that we put some effort in and presenting I think the very best in home cinema. So our room today we're demonstrating our entry-level projector, which is the D10 and the D80E. There's a side-by-side comparison there. And then you come into the main theatre area where we have the C3X 1080 and then we've associated that with our friends from ATC. And we've got a system here that's worth in excess of about £80,000. And the results so far have been very, very impressive. We've had a very warm reception over the last 2 days, so it's been thoroughly enjoyable.
Anamorphic projection, something that you guys at Sim2 have been trying to pioneer in the UK for a long time now. Some people that are watching this video have maybe never seen anamorphic projection before, so maybe you could just explain how it works.
It's been used in the cinema industry since the early 50s, and most people will know the concept under the brand of CinemaScope. And basically it's an optical distortion, and we have to do 3 processes because around about 65% of films produced are in the, if you like, the super widescreen format, and if you read the little instructions on DVD cases, they say aspect ratio of 235:1, and of course that is physically wider than our 16:9 displays that we've all been investing in over the past sort of few years. With projection, we can eliminate those black bars and create that widescreen exactly as it is experienced in the movie theatre. So you watch your trailers and then the main feature starts and you notice the screen masking opens up. And we can do exactly the same for the home theatre. 3-part process. The screen opens up to reveal the wider format. We ask the projector via the internal scaling of the electronics to do a physical stretch of the image, so that eliminates then the black bars. We then illuminate all the pixels, we're not wasting anything with the black bars. And then we introduce a lens into the light path of the projector, and then that does a horizontal stretch, and we'll demonstrate that to you in a few minutes.
Now the other thing that goes with it is obviously the anamorphic lens. They are quite expensive at this moment in time. Do you see that coming down to a more acceptable sort of mainstream price range?
Glass, good optical glass is very expensive. If you're in, like, you're filming this interview, the best cameras have the best lenses, the best projectors have high quality lenses, and the lenses that we use are actually used in the cinema industry, so they are very, very high quality. They have to be ground very carefully to make sure they get the correct aspect ratio and no distortions. We do have lower cost lenses, but it's getting it into the mainstream. They're not a volume product, so this is why the cost is quite high. They're probably sold in their hundreds rather than the thousands or hundreds of thousands, which would obviously help to reduce the costs. But we always feel that the effect is worth the investment, because once you've gone that route, you really don't want to go back.
Now the other thing that people reading up on the technology might see is the term SLED. Can you explain what a SLED is and what its purpose is? It's
simply to motorize the lens into the light path of the projector. So when you're using it for normal 16:9 viewing, normal TV, normal HD material, and viewing films that aren't in that widescreen format, then the lens sits to one side of the projector. And then when you have, again, just like the main feature of the film, when you're ready, you've watched the trailers at the beginning of your Blu-ray, which you can't get through without sort of skipping through all the menus, you then slide that lens into place and you enjoy the main feature. So you can really create that cinema experience, motorizing and programming it with remote control. So it's quite a cool feature.
Now, this is the main theatre that we're in at the moment. We also have other demonstrations running. You have the two projectors next door, the D80 and your entry level.
Yes.
We were blown away with the entry level at the What Hi-Fi and Stuff show. Maybe you can explain a little bit more about that.
It's a 1280 by 768 display, HD ready, manual zoom and focus, and we're doing a show offer here for £1,000. And we're very pleased with the product. I mean, once again, Sim2 engineers have done their wonders with the optics and the electronics and the processing. And as people are telling us again over these last 2 days of the show, they are impressed. And the thing that they are surprised about is that when they look at it next to a 1080p projector, whilst they can, you can see a difference, it's not as obvious. The resolution thing is not as obvious as, let's say, more contrast and different colour and improved processing. That's the thing that people were saying more than, oh, that's 1080p, so that has to be a lot better. There's more to it than just obviously pixel numbers.
And obviously the D80 there, it's single chip, 1080, and it's an absolute cracker.
You took the words out of my mouth. It's a cracking projector because, again, we're using technology that no one else is using. Uni-shaped lamp technology is an amazing bit of kit. The fact that we can control the lamp with such precision, match the output to the colour segments on the colour wheel to give more light on screen. I mean, over 60% improvement in performance is quite amazing. And when you put it up against equivalent products that are 1080p, it's night and day, and we're very, very pleased with that. It's a lovely machine.
Now it's a bigger room this year. Was that deliberate?
Well, I think you've seen what we've been able to do at other shows, and when we get the right room, we do tend to wow the audience. And when you're dealing with shows that are in a hotel environment, you are limited to the bedroom size, and we've always been limited here with Bristol. It's quite lonely up on the 10th floor, where we had the twin suite. So we've been able to stretch our legs a bit here, and we've been able to put a good system together, because one of the things that we have announced at this year's show is a partnership with ATC. Now, ATC, as you're well aware, I'm sure, is a UK premium brand speaker manufacturer, and I mean their reputation worldwide for producing very high quality systems for the film industry, music industry. We have the daddy of the systems from ATC. This is the 150s that we have in this room, and the speaker package alone is around about £30,000. So when you add everything up with the processor and the projector and everything, we're probably sitting in front of about a £80,000 system. So you get a few oohs and ahs when you mention the price, but just lump it onto the end of the mortgage. Who cares,
Alan, it's always great to see you.
Good.
It's always a great demonstration. So thanks very much for taking the time to join us.
No, my pleasure. It's always good to see you, Phil.
And that's it from Sim2, and stand by for more videos coming soon.